Hey guys, it's Mike and I'm gonna do an OXM cover on Destiny. Bungie talks character loadouts, the Grognok engine, and mapping the solar system. Now I'm gonna state on what questions I found interesting and I'm gonna say them. Would you go as far as to say that identifying with a faction now will have consequences in the game? Probably the best thing to say right now is the factions that we release, they are real factions in the game. So if you find yourself drawn to one of them artistically or the name, you'll definitely have opportunities in the game too. I'd say heighten those associations. Now this next one is very interesting because it actually confirms something. You talk about players craft their own stories. To what extent are you enabling them? Are these stories of teamwork and events, or does it run deeper than that? Two things that I talked about when we announced the game. I think they're the two best things to talk about today. One of the ways in which players are primarily going to influence the story, and again, we're talking about their personal story here, not necessarily the large narrative spine, but in terms of their own personal story, absolutely, the tales they will tell will be drawn from the emergent sandbox. It will be, I think, familiar stories that you've told playing Halo for many years, or any sandbox shooter stories of, hey, remember when we were together and that unexpected thing happened, and then the monster appeared and he killed you, but then I killed him, and then this other guy showed up and this other unexpected thing happened. It's those personal stories that you will tell that come out of this spontaneous gameplay that we create. The second kind of story you'll be telling is one you wear, one that you've put together over time. The gear that you carry, the weapons that you have. One detail that we really didn't go into too much in the day was just the variety of looks and combat abilities that you can have. And so when you encounter someone in a public place, they're going to look different from you. They're going to play different than you. They're really going to be quite different from a characterization point of view. Those are big ways that you can influence your own personal story. One is just playing it, by encountering other friends, having different combat experience, which will turn into your own story. And the second really is by carefully putting together, painstakingly sometimes, the character that you are in the world. I think the second one is really fun, and as we play the game at Bungie, certainly we've never really experienced, internally at least, being able to put together a character in this way in a straight up action shooter, so it's really fun. The next question is, will players customize their characters by way of loot, drops, and rewards, or will there be gear crafting? The thing is, they can't really talk about crafting. I can't really talk about crafting, but certainly loot drops are something we talked about, so absolutely, you'll be finding. We talked about the tower and the ability to buy things like ships, so I don't think it's too far of a leap to assume you'll be able to buy gear and weapons in some way, shape, or form. And we certainly talked about loot jobs. You'll be able to find things through combat in the world, absolutely. Grognok looked really impressive. That leap from a concept art to the finish. In engine, Moonbase, you showed me back at the announce. Is that representative of the ease with you can build locations? Absolutely. I think the two things I would say really quickly about the Grognok that are really impressive. One is once you have pallet pieces made, it is incredible easy to snap things together, jam them into the terrain. I mean, the movie we showed was a little bit sped up, but that's a pretty realistic run through of what it would take to just build a simple structure, simple encounter space. And that's sort of an order of magnitude faster than anything we've been able to do before. Bringing something up from concept art, as long as you have pallet pieces, to a playable space is very, very fast process, and so that allows us to do a bunch of iteration. The other thing about Grognok, which is really cool, is that the iterative time that we've been able to cut down, what crushes in the game development, is that it takes for an artist to change what a designer wants and to collaborate. But Grognok, the collaboration is sped up incredibly. I mean, Bungie's technical art director Ryan Ellis wasn't joking when he said artists are smiling and designers are smiling. It is just a different world for us. So yes, tools like the Grognok and the other tools we built for this game. The game won't be possible unless we went back to drawing board and make some early grade technology. That's probably just about the video. I was just reading through my screen what I thought was important. If you guys will really want to read the whole thing, I'll put the link in the description. Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Peace out.